Alright, welcome everyone to Sound Goblin Gaming's playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3. New Tuesday stream. I am, of course, Shiv.
I'm Bograt.
I'm the Krampus.
I'm Mother Green.
And we're gonna just get right into it. It's an RPG experience. Set, or taking place, or made many, many years after Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. I do also have an awful splash screen to show up in case something awful shows up on screen.
Excellent.
Don't know if we'll actually end up seeing that or not, but... Given that this is a new playthrough for the stream, we'll actually go watch through the cutscenes. We have done some like multiplayer stuff, so we know how the early game goes. Some solo games, some multiplayer. So for this particular run, we're going to build a character for our main character, and then we'll be running a trio of the origin characters picked out by the other players, or other viewers.
Yeah, we're specifically not doing an actual multiplayer game because in multiplayer, each of us can kind of run around and do our own thing, which means it's entirely possible to miss conversations or even like story significant events because somebody else did it.
Yeah. So and just
one person streaming.
Yeah, even though the multiplayer is quite fun, for the purpose of the stream, we'll only be doing one person playing it with the origin characters for that reason. Just don't have three different people running off in three different directions, talking to three different people at the same time, so we miss content. If you don't like stuff about eyes, here's a warning.
Look away! I mean, who doesn't love stuff about eyes, huh?
Yeah, it's just like putting in a contact lens.
That squeals.
Well, you know.
Shut up, eyeworm. No one asked you.
Also, once we're through the initial little kind of tutorial place, we'll kind of speed run getting to the party members we want. We don't care about tutorials. So we're going to be doing the Dark Urge at the group's request. Because it has...
You should hit the play introduction button there.
Yeah, because it has some extra content to it. It still lets you customize the character as you want. But does add some unique stuff to running this particular character.
To me, kill, kill, and kill again. My ruined body yearns to reap death in this world. And when this foul urge calls, it possesses my whole being. Injured beyond repair. I know nothing besides this. I must resist the dark urge, lest it consume my mind. I must discover who I was and what happened to me before my twitching knife hand writes a tragedy in blood.
He seems fine.
Yeah. So we are going to try and play this mostly good, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, worth noting, since in our multiplayer playthrough, I'm the one playing the Dark Urge, so you don't actually have much experience. You can, like, when all of those come up, there are always options to basically resist it. Like, all the actual Dark Urge has a various paths down, and you can either relish in it, you can be more sort of neutral to it in a sense of like, I need to find out what's going on, but not necessarily be perturbed by the things that you do, or there is outright like, I need to stop myself from doing this.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we are going to try and resist the Dark Urge at most planes, but you'll see, things will still happen outside of our control.
Yes, there are some events where it is just the Dark Urge things happen. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. So the Dark Urge does have a specific, unique background, haunted one.
Yep.
It is the only background the Dark Urge can take. They are also the only ones in the game that can take it. Gives you skills in medicine and intimidation.
Yep, medicine and intimidation. We're going to be in a wood elf, so we have a little bit extra movement. Also get some proficiencies. We're going to jank with our scores a little bit. We do not need to be smart. Yes, we get perception and stealth from being an elf. We get medicine and intimidation from being the haunted one. And then, since we are a very high charisma character, we're also going to have deception, performance, and persuasion. So we are basically all the social skills, most of the dex skills, and then I guess we're okay at we're not good at other stuff, but Bard does get passive
bonuses, skills,
like half their proficiency bonus things that don't trained in. So.
Yep.
All right. Base appearance of that, I think, is just fine. Not worried too much about what we look at. Our name is not the Dark Urge. We are, of course, Goblin.
You need a guardian. Choose one.
Click a couple times, then look. Okay, that's our Guardian.
Sure.
Guardian shows up in cutscene stuff. Find ourselves on the Nautilus ship.
So since it'll be some time before things actually come up with it. One of the interesting things about this game and the way they do things is, again, kind of common for games of this style, but there are specific, when you're within the dialogue options, there are some specific dialogue options which are unlocked based on, certain things, like maybe your certain class or your certain
background,
race, etc.
Yeah.
Interestingly, there are some dialogue options in this game that are unlocked by being an actual citizen or a resident of Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
The Dark Urge is actually a Baldurian, so
yeah, you'll have the Baldurian option.
I'll be honest, I have not had that option. I've had a few a conversation I've gone through, I think 4 different times with testing stuff out, and the Baldurian option has been there every time. And that is definitely different races.
There are some specific races, I believe, and backgrounds, I'm pretty sure, that do not get it. There's a couple of the backgrounds which, if you actually read the background entry, are you're a wanderer or a drifter, essentially.
I'm gonna say right off the bat, as the one person in the group who has not played this before, I totally dig the neat punch ship aesthetic.
I mean, that's just what elephant ships are like.
Yeah, the Nautilus ship is cool as hell.
The Nautilus ship is just an elephant thing. It has that's actual. That's actually Spelljammer shit.
Yep.
Oh, and the other thing that there will sometimes the dialogue not have the Baldurian option is the number of Dwarven characters are not actually residents of Baldur's Gate.
That's fair.
Yeah, because you can initiate a conversation in game with any of the characters in the party. You don't have to do them with the main character.
Yeah.
And so they could have dialogue options that you wouldn't necessarily have, and likewise you
could
they wouldn't have.
Alternatively, you can just play as any of the 6
Yes,
Orc
you can
characters.
also just play as an Orc character. This is one of the Orc characters.
Interestingly, if you play as her, there's a character aboard this ship that does not appear anywhere else in the game.
Is it a character so you have a second player during this portion?
Yeah, there's literally another Githyanki.
Okay.
You're in it too.
Makes sense.
Specifically, if you have basically fill in the role that she normally fills when you pick her up as a party member.
Yeah, makes sense.
But then vanishes after the Nautilus section and is never seen from again, and does not exist if you are playing anybody but Lizelle.
I mean, my presumption is they just die in the crash. Spoilers, there's going to be a crash.
I don't remember if they actually explicitly say that or not. I think he just kind of fucking vanishes.
Yeah. It's going to take forever to get blood out of these clothes.
The blood in your head thrums and pounds. That pounding blood obscures who you are.
Okay, no, I'm wrong. You do actually find his corpse on the beach after the crash.
These hellish flames is just as hidden. You have nothing in your skull, besides your name and a headache. But you are in
Interestingly,
danger.
some actual benefit to it. Well, you can loot his corpse, thereby acquiring a second set of Githyanki half-plate.
Oh, that is an actual benefit. Yeah, you have gone extreme robot.
The chipmunk virus is attacking.
This cruel prank will meet your malice when you get out of here. Killing.
Yeah, he has like a full inventory
That
you can
sounds
loot.
like your first good
There we go.
idea.
Makes no sense. Here's where we find ourselves.
My head.
Burning, dragon-attacked Nautilus.
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
And here's how skill checks work in this game. Anytime a skill check comes out, it's going to pull this thing, you roll a die, shows you any of your bonuses. If you have any situational bonuses you can add, you can turn them on or off.
I wish there was a button you could push instead of clicking on the die.
We did not pass that investigation.
Nope.
You notice nothing more than meets the eye.
No Transformers there.
Should we recharge the pool, or should we leave?
Touch. Oh god!
Nothing of value was lost. Ill-fitted junk.
Light on my feet. Someone else got out.
Please note, if you are playing a caster class, it is entirely possible to kill yourself with that.
Yeah, we weren't actually close enough when it blew up to hurt us, but you can absolutely get hurt from the explosion.
Yeah, if you are standing like right next to it, it will explode, do damage to you, and hurl you back. And if you're playing like a wizard or sorcerer with a low con score, you only have like 6 HP. You can just die from that explosion because it's like a D8.
What's in here?
A dead mind flayer. Here's a pearl.
Dead. Good.
Another chest. Some more gold.
Let's see what this does.
And then in the ship, there's a couple of these. You can basically use them to heal. So we'll heal that 1 point of damage you get from jumping off the ledge.
I feel better.
Falling damage is serious business.
Images of goblins, their habits and histories flash into your mind. 1,000 years of humanoid history, elves, dwarves, humans, and more flash behind your eyes.
Help us.
Looks like a good moment to talk.
This looks perfectly normal.
Yep.
come to save us from this place. From this place
We
you'll free
sure
us.
have. What are you?
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
Please. Before they return. They return. A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You know no creature like this. One that is more brain than person.
I don't trust this.
Taking a hands-on approach, I see.
Yep. So that is an intellect devourer. They're little brain monsters.
More importantly, that's technically a temporary party member.
That's a... can, if you do it, a temporary party member, and then later on, just a thing you can summon in combat.
Yep.
If you actually help it get out and let it become an intellect devourer. But we're trying to be mostly good, so we're not going to suffer an intellect devourer to live.
It is the appropriate way to deal with things in this case.
Abomination. This is your end.
Just an elf.
Know what you did.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
Oh. My head. What is this? Skvar. You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive. We carry mind flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geich, mind flayers. We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority. First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. We will address the matter of a cure for this infection once we reach the material plane.
This is Lizelle. She's the first companion you end up getting. We're going to use her until we get the full actual card that we're going to use, but she's a fighter. She's proficient. We have a fist? Yep, we have a fist. And only a fist.
I have a crossbow.
We do have a hand crossbow.
It is also worth noting, one of the interesting things that this game actually does as far as initiative in combat, you may notice that the way that the initiative worked out in this instance is that both our character and Lizelle are before the enemy. We can just take our player turns in any order, as long as they're stacked together like this. So initiative essentially gets grouped up with your party, and you can freely switch between those characters and take those turns in any order.
Yep.
So this game does run on a modified, fairly streamlined version of 5th Ed.
Yeah, it's 5th Ed with modifications, basically make it work as a like video game. With some slight changes.
So some of the modifications are not as much to make it work as a video game, and more to just kind of. I'm not really sure why they changed the initiative roll, honestly.
Yeah. Like, not that I'm against it, but I agree that it's like, it's kind of
the only
weird.
thing to me that makes sense about it is that to let folks at home who might not know, and also Krampus, who I'm pretty sure does not know this, initiative is actually just a D4, and then you add any initiative modifiers you have.
That would explain why I do not see high initiative numbers.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't realize that either? Yeah, no.
No.
They use a D4 for initiative and any modifiers you might have. And the reason why I do think they went with that, of anything, is solely to encourage the clumping of initiatives to allow you more versatility in combat and more sort of, like I said, the ability to kind of swap between characters and whatnot. Because if you have a much wider range of initiatives, you're much more likely to have enemies end up in between your characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best idea, reasoning I've been able to come up with.
Yeah, no, I didn't figure that out because I just have terrible luck with rolls in this game as it is. So I just figured I was consistently rolling them.
Yeah, no, it's why you will very rarely see an initiative total come up that's even in double digits in this, unless you have a lot of the modifiers stacked.
I was gonna say you would have to really work towards getting a high initiative modifier to have that.
Not really. Like, I mean, quite literally, being like a 17 dex and a single feat will do it.
Huh?
Or like being a Gloomstalker Ranger.
Yeah.
Or I think one of the
construction
monk
is too alien.
ones might also get like
Nothing
wisdom to
looks
initiative.
familiar.
I don't
This
remember.
ship is crashing.
But like, yeah,
Do you
there
intend
are
to die
definitely
for a
ways to get
stranger?
like 6 to 8 bonus to initiative, which in this is busted as shit when initiative is a D4 roll.
Yeah. Getting AC like a +6 or 8 initiative, basically you always go first.
The console appears dormant. The mechanisms are completely unrecognizable at first, but then you spy an empty socket. Nothing. The console remains dormant.
Whatever fits in that socket must power this thing.
How many hosts of these gay infected?
Actually kind of interesting to me,
This
though, I
woman is
suppose. It
trapped inside the pod.
makes enough sense
doesn't notice
that
you.
Bard is not considered a arcane caster class for the particular interaction. If you're like a sorcerer, wizard, or warlock and investigating that pod that Shadowheart is in, there's actually a possibility to make a check and basically bypass this whole thing.
Yep.
This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
You basically
A
recognize
brain
that
in a jar.
essentially like glyphs of warding on the pod itself. And once you identify
As you
those,
place
you
your
can then
hand
move
on
to
the
the
pod,
console,
you
trace the
hear
glyphs of
something.
warding you saw onto the console, and it just
Presence
opens the
connected to
pod.
commanding the person inside to change.
Oh.
I didn't mean it.
How unfortunate for them.
Oh, that's too bad for that person.
Cainchar. Changed at the pull of a lever. How? If we are not purified, this may be our fate.
Relon, preserve me. That cannot be.
Newborn mind flayer stares at you, weak and dazed.
Indolence breeds madness.
Okay, well, let me throw it off the ledge in here.
Yeah, so that's one of the fun things with this this game, and it's particularly the combat system. If you are strong enough, you can basically huck enemies around.
Yes. In the multiplayer game that we're doing off of stream, my character's a barbarian based entirely around throwing
Build my
things.
castle with bones.
And it's working pretty damn well.
Yes, and when he says throwing things, he means his primary ranged weapon is other.
Other enemies. I
The
threw an
console
owlbear
appears
cub at its own
dormant.
mother. A monster.
And
console
also
has to
phase
learn.
spider babies into the
Yes,
queen
What
phase
is
phase.
its
spider, the
purpose?
queen phase spider,
Will it free
goblins
the
off a
captive
roof.
or transform her like that other unfortunate?
To be fair, I don't disagree with the phase spider babies into the phase spider matriarch.
who I then blasted into a bottomless pit.
We'll see that phase fighter
Pulsing
soon.
glow and organic lines of the device make it seem more like a beating heart than a machine. This device is different from the one that caused the other captive to transform. Perhaps it will open the nearby pod. Suddenly, you feel a hideous squirming in your head. The parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Not a 1.
I was gonna say, I'm fairly certain you can still fail because it has critical failure on skill
Could roll
checks.
a 1.
You feel
Yes,
the biomechanical brain
that is
the
one of
console
the
process your
things that is
command.
not the same as rules is written for 5th Ed.
Yeah.
The rules is written as 5th
Shiver
Ed. A
runs
1
across
is
your
not a 1 on a skill
You
check
feel
on the die is not
safety.
actually an automatic failure, much like a 20 is not
Automatic
success. This does, however, have critical failure and critical success for skill and ability checks.
Yeah, not a fan.
So this is Shadowheart. She's going to be our first permanent party member. Well, our second companion, first party member, we're
I
actually
thought
going to
that
use in
damn
our
thing
actual
was going
party.
to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a Gith with you.
She hates Geth.
She's kind of a fucking
Dangerous
racist.
company. More that Gith have a problem with everyone else. But there's more important matters right now. Survival. Let
You
me
know,
come
I'll
with
give her
you.
credit. Not everyone will be able to
We
make
can get
that
off the ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
make that choice. Man, I absolutely hate them.
One moment.
But right now, I can't really deal with that.
Yeah.
I'll put that aside.
She doesn't like the Geth. She's fine with everyone else.
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
She's right. Lead on.
We also got a key, which should open this reliquary. Of course, steal everything that isn't laid or nailed down, including these brains in a jar.
Yep. They're really not worth taking. They're worth 1 gold, and they weigh 10.
Yep.
There's no time like the present to start up a
We are
collection.
nearing the helm. Once
There
inside, do
is
as I say.
one reason that they
I'll
are
put
worth
you in
taking.
charge. I'll trust my own judgment.
Yeah, so some of the calculations for falling / thrown object damage in this game
Take into
is based
account
on
weight.
their weight.
That's fair. I was not thinking in that sense, and
Yeah, there's
honestly, this is what I should be.
bonus damage based on the weight of the item. Delicious.
And yes, we have now picked up Shadowheart. She will be our cleric. Ask of who.
So
We'll get there.
she'll be our cleric. She will also be our resident person to give us an extra d4 on skill checks.
Yes, she does have the guidance cantrip, which there's just genuinely no
We
to
will
ever.
deal with the gate after we escape.
It is a cantrip. We get to cast it whenever we feel like. It's just a d4 to any skill or ability check, basically.
It's good shit. This also has flourish, piercing strike, and movement strike. Okay.
You've made a grave mistake.
So yeah, you get some special moves based upon what weapon you're wielding, as long as you are proficient with the weapon.
Yep. They're usually either actions or bonus actions, and they'll come back off their short rest. That is also one of the things that's different in this game compared to like actual 5th Ed, is that you get 2 short rests for every long rest you do. Rather than having like hit dice based on what your level is, it just heals half your health and stuff recovers on long rest or short rest. There is some things that recover on that would normally in regular D&D recover on short rest that actually recover on long rest in this game.
Yeah, the 2 short rests per long rest thing is not rules is written specifically within 5th Ed, but is sort of the recommendation of like, hey, like, after they short rest a couple times, they should probably, come to an actual long rest period.
I think part of it is also to encourage you to take long rests, because
Yes,
there's a
you can
number of
have
things in this
interactions.
game that trigger during long rests.
Concentrate. Heading there.
So there is this guy over here, Commander Zolk. It is possible to kill him during this segment, in the 15 turns you have before the load crashes. There is an achievement for doing so, but it's a pain in the ass. He takes half damage from those physical attacks.
He takes half damage from physical attacks. He's I think half damage from fire and lightning as well.
Half damage from slashing, half damage from piercing, half damage from bludgeoning, half from fire, half from lightning, half from cold, half from poison.
Yeah, so you have to do acid damage or thunder damage to him.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain.
There's an extremely limited scope of abilities in this game that don't do one of the types of damage that you used to. Very few of them are things you have access to at level basically available to you. And you have to basically bring
On my way.
pretty much a whole party here of those specific just to do it. Technically, Shadowheart has pretty easy access to one of those, and she has Sacred Flame, which is radiant.
Unfortunately, she only actually hits the Sacred Flame 40% of the time.
Yeah, because that's the other thing too. His saves and AC are stupid.
We must take the transponder.
Let my name be known.
Need to act fast. Let me strike true.
We'll go ahead and try for it, but we'll just have the character get over here ready to dash to the console and finish this if we run out of time. We're also going to do most of what we can.
Really, as a bard, Goblin wasn't going to be much help with fighting this guy.
Yeah. We're also going to do everything we can to keep the Mind Flayer up, because the Mind Flayer will do consistent damage, but will eventually die just because the Commander's a Hulk has twice its health.
If this ship hits the ground, we're dead. One day I'll catch a break.
Hurry, before they strike.
Your spine is mine.
What's inside?
There's something very little.
Talk to me. Take you.
Have to keep going.
Take this, or Sario will have your head.
Let's finish this.
How's our Lilith looking? Like one more hit? Nope, time to go.
Seems simple enough.
Okay. Do the Zilith first.
The helm's alien transponder. You made it in time.
Also, we'll get into it a bit as we actually get into more combats that aren't like solely inside the ship. This game was made by the same people who made things like Divinity and Divinity 2. So it does include like the ability to interact with environmental effects. So you'll have things like fire can set off gas, cause explosions, water can put out fires, stuff like that. I don't think we'll see any of that right off the bat, but there is a relatively early place where a well-placed fire attack can cause a lot of damage if you hit an oil barrel with it. Bye!
You half expected your memories to return once you were free of the Mind Flayer ship. But your past is still an aching void. If you don't find a way to remove the tadpole burrowed in your brain soon, your future will be as blank as your past. Your head whispers vengeance. You cannot wait to slice your way forth, seeking whatever wrought this tragedy upon you.
So one of the characters we saw in that cutscene,
If not over, then through.
full party member, would have been my actual choice for who I wanted to bring to the table. I can't recruit her until like partway through the second chapter of 3 in this game.
Pungent corpse. Since you awoke on the ship, your mind has been cold and empty, but something stirs. With your
And
hands
also
close to this
necessitates you
body,
doing
you
certain
know
choices
nothing
that I don't
why,
necessarily
but
agree
you
with.
find a half smile
least want us to lock
flittering
into
across
having
your face.
Yeah.
With a shake of your head, you can hear your own blood throbbing in your ears. There is something unknown and unspeakable deep within your heart.
I should speak up.
Shadowheart, are you okay?
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible? The Divine tend to keep their interventions close to the chest. Though, I suppose it's not impossible. No, I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from. First things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
I do kind of wish that instead of doing like 8 different voices that you can choose from for your character, they just did like a male voice, a female voice, then had all the lines for your character spoken. As opposed to you were clearly talking to people, but none were actually voiced lines from you.
You might want to reconsider calling her a friend. Looks like she ran off without us. We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company. One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
You'll remember that. It's like a Telltale game.
Shadowheart will remember this.
Here?
So see, we can highlight stuff, but it doesn't actually highlight everything, like barrels and stuff won't be highlighted. Mostly shows like bodies and small pouches and things.
No traps, please. Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere nearby.
Dagger.
More of those wretched things. Better stay back. One strike could be lethal.
Good hit.
You fight well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
Couple of hours done. That also gives us our first level 1.
Woohoo!
Other companions, as we get them, will automatically level up to level the party. Bard, we get to learn another spell. Insidious Laughter. We can also replace a known spell, but stuff we have right now is fine.
What am I to do?
We don't need Cure Wounds prepared. Guiding Bolt is fine. Shield of Faith is honestly fine.
Let's get going. Never wanted the easy path. I'll take that. Open up.
Dead Mind Player up there. You got anything good, Dead Mind Player? Coffee ball. Basic poison.
Anything of use?
A loot.
Bet I can crack that open.
Yeah, just get a lockpick.
A hat.
Another helmet. Gives us a +1 bonus to dexterity saving throws.
A slightly less floppy hat.
Also crafting materials. Fellow up here.
Hurry! I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you
This
killed
guy
the
seems
others?
trustworthy.
There. Can you see it?
It's a pig.
Just a dumb boar. You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
Don't we? I saw you on the ship. Free, scuttling about. You're in league with them, aren't you? Those tentacle... Ah!
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on? The worm. Of course. That explains things somewhat. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies. A kindred spirit. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
Tell him of your crash, your worm, and your ruined brain.
A pleasure. So, do you know anything about these worms? Turn us into... Ha! Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect? Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time. Well, yes, of course. But first things first. You know, I was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know. All right. I accept.
Here's
Lead
Esther.
on.
He's
As he
certainly not a
joins
vampire.
your side, your mind
Certainly not.
dances with thoughts of a
What would make you think that?
pretty corpse.
Don't touch me.
I've got a long road ahead. Best be on my way.
There. A mind flayer.
Drop a quick save right here so I can end our game real fast.
That thing's bound to be
What's going on?
You approach the
Oh, you'll see.
dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. Compassion. The poor creature is on the brink of death, but there's still time. You'd give your life to save it, to nurse it back to health. But then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere. Your minds fuse, lusting for something that is gone. But then its grip claws back with a vengeance, a vice locking your mind into obedience. It needs sustenance to survive, and with your very body, you can provide.
I don't think I want it.
You just want to kiss.
Get away from that thing.
I do like they give you like 6 chances to
Wrap
obviously get
themselves
away from
around
this.
your head.
Like, alright,
And for the
we've seen how
first
far they're
time
willing
in
to take
your
this.
life, you're perfectly happy.
So that's a choice they give you.
Fair enough.
I figured I would say before we do that, so I can show that off. You do have the option of just, game over. Okay, we're done.
Air quotes choice. I definitely didn't get a crit failure on the wisdom save first.
Yeah.
There. A mind.
That thing's bound to be dangerous.
You approach the dying monster. You could end it. Compassion. Compassion. Yes, you feel hate. And you deserve to be punished for it. You should be whipped, made to bow before this creature in shame. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it. But then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere. The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
Monster. Death is too good for it. At the ready.
Kill the mind flayer.
We did get an inspiration point from that for indulging in a dark urge.
Yep.
What do inspiration points do?
They give you
They
rerolls
are
on skill
rerolls
checks.
on checks.
Dead goblins over there.
Ah, okay.
Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
You are capped at 4.
They're encouraged to use them.
You to use them.
Yeah.
What's going on with that room? Looks like
You approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
A hand? Anyone?
This is one of the dark urge ones.
That's kind of figured.
If you do select that, you do more than phantom. It becomes reality, and you just murder him right here.
You do end up with his hand in your inventory.
Yep.
But we're trying not to give him the dark urge, so...
Whatever you're
And
doing
that's
is
your
working
hobby
wonders.
What the fuck, dude?
Now a quick little pull should do the trick.
But that's not the extent of their distaste for your act.
Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this. A bit shocked, but friend, it's a relief and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Norse Lloyd as well. And I can only assume you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. No use sugarcoating it, is there? The insertee we speak of, this parasite, are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as ceremorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you?
We have a cleric.
A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them. As we've established, few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon, too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together? Most excellent. Parasite shared is a parasite halved, or something to that effect. Oh, but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. For I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
There's Gale in the party.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
He is a wizard.
Wizard.
Now we can choose all this stuff. He normally wants to do invocation, which isn't bad, so we'll probably just let him do invocation.
He is a wizard, therefore not to be trusted.
It's fair.
Not be trusted with such power. Has no sense of right or wrong. What's up?
I said caw.
Caw?
Yeah. The eagle's not to be trusted with such power.
You should learn shield, because everyone should have shield that can have it. Even though we're not really going to use you actively in the party. At least we're going to use you for like one fight. One or two fights. Which bolt is fine. fighting. We don't need to do that close to stuff, so we don't need that. And shield. Okay. We're going to use you precisely long enough to get Will.
How much further can I go? More for me. I hear shouting up ahead.
Double, big on chest. And the silver ingot and some.
Yeah, so there are a fair number of chests in this game, and the contents are somewhat randomized. Like, full of items that they can pull from, but it's never going to be the same thing twice. And in fact, if you reload a save, will be different stuff chests.
Yeah.
Okay.
We went too far.
You think it's dangerous?
Of course it's dangerous. Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad, twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
Clearly a witch killer.
Hells, this isn't worth it. I'm out of here.
That's right.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
Observe and listen. You'll hear goblins before you see them.
As you say. The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
Down.
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a Gaith tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification. You may as well suggest a wyvern bow to worms. The cure I offer will suffice as thanks. You are full up. Dismiss your weakest warrior. Very well, but heed my words. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One
Shadowheart, why are you disappointed about us not taking her with us?
Githyanki.
You actively don't like her.
I must interrogate this story. Our very lives depend on it. I will be at your camp. Do not keep me waiting.
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders! That pack of goblins will be on us any second!
What's going on?
Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now!
You let goblins here? Where is the druid?
Please! There's no time! the 9 hells! Open the gates!
So to clarify, Shadowheart was grooming you if not telling was Zelda kick rock.
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. That's fair.
Shit! Form a line! Damnable roach! Provoke the blade! Then suffer its sting. Let's move.
That's a great mental image of the goblin just running out, just double taking, like, oh, you're here. Now that changes that.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Just starting right behind them.
These boots have seen everything.
I'll bleed every last one of you!
Toot the horn. You suck.
He sounded the feasting horn.
Don't get too close.
I'm so disappointed in you, Gale.
Let's end this. Heading there.
Ah, now he is greasy.
You are indeed greasy.
By sickle and sword, strike them down!
Can't even catch my breath.
Go NPCs, you can actually hit enemies.
Not that guy.
Run away from me. You beat up Shadowheart.
work.
Plus you're okay.
He hit something. Congratulations.
Very impressive. You would trip in the grease.
On I go.
Time for wacky pratfalls.
That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
Never a down.
Damn vermin.
No traps, please.
These ones that are red chest are technically stealing. Because we did not kill those goblins.
Let's see.
Yellow ones are the ones that they frown at.
Yeah, the ones that have a red chest marker.
Oh, yes.
I
thought you said red text.
No, red chest.
What path lies before me?
What's next?
Emerald Grove Zone, Act 1.
I've never had cause to visit a druid's grove before. Magic weighs heavier here, seeking solace in root and soil. Grounding, one might say. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so
camp.
be it. I'll be in the camp then, idling away the hours.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
And who the hell are you again?
Show some respect. This man saved your pathetic life.
Well, I didn't ask for any goddamn help.
Please, you were begging me to open the gate. Anything to save yourself, you coward!
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
Take a swing. Take a swing.
Should have done that a long time ago. Arrogant prick had it out for me from day one. No one leaves my people out cold. Too little, too late. He was right, though. Coming back to this hellhole was a mistake no amount of gold can put right. I'd rather face another round of goblins than stay in this pit.
goblins with the same vigor he had for that tiefling for once.
Regression. A cheap shot. I should have expected that.
I'll survive a sore jaw. Particularly if it's rid the grove of Aradin. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. The druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve. There have been several attacks by different monsters. The druids blame us outsiders for drawing them here. Nobody's welcome anymore. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters. I've tried. Korga, their new first druid, won't even see me. You, though? I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her. For more time to prepare, if nothing else.
Really? We're messengers now.
We owe you a great debt. If we're forced to leave now, we won't make it to the city. You'll find the druids at the heart of the grove. Please, make them see sense before more lives are lost.
What's inside?
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate.
I care about our lives.
Refugees, adventurers, no one in years, and suddenly we're overwhelmed. Well met. And thank you for beating back those goblins. Most brave of you. Is there anything you need? Act fast if you do. The ritual will be complete before too long. I know it's drastic, but more monsters seem to terrorize this region every day. We druids will be safe. As for those that took refuge here, well, may Sylvanas guard them as they continue their travels. As I said, it's a drastic measure, but the survival of the grove is paramount. There just aren't enough supplies to support everyone. I pray no goblin arrow has grazed you. Nettie could put you to rights. She should be with the others in the inner chambers, but I doubt she'll be taking on new patients. The grove will be locked down soon. Just some bits and bobs I no longer need.
Don't have to have these brains in a jar. Perfectly normal thing to be carrying around.
Well, normally I'd be suspicious, but brains do come from nature.
You know, when you put it that way, I don't want them anymore. Take them.
Calm down, please. I won't leave them behind.
You're going to get us killed.
Ah, the quite literal call of adventure from off screen.
Fancy access extra to burning targets. Bow that gives you a first level spell back when you score a critical hit, which is not likely.
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate.
Sylvanas,
I
guide
care
your
about
path.
our lives, our futures.
No, you just care about your stupid apprenticeship. Hells, we can't just leave. They're kin.
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blades and spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
Thank you. It's the right thing to do, and you know it.
She's right, Roland. We're better than this.
Zerg. Fine, I'll stay too. Lest you both end up with your throat slit by goblin blade.
Thank you, Roland.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this. You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship. Doomed to shed our skin and become a lithid, or so the stories go. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Will chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli. I'm no stranger to the infernal. Better to slay a devil before her fires burn common folk to ash. Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
I do like the little zeros popping up from the guy hitting the training dummy in the background.
Yep.
I like your thinking. Besides, I watched you fight at the gate. I could use an ally like you. Ready when you are.
The famous Blade of Frontiers in the flesh. Clever, this hero act you've got going.
Hero, Blade. Name strangers gave me. My friends call me Will.
What can we call you?
If we ever become friends, I'll know what to call you.
Oh my. This is going to be a fun journey.
Okay.
We're exposed. Can't keep the goblins out for it.
This is Will, the Blade of Frontier. He is our warlock. Is there a particular spell you want us to grab, Bograt?
Pick up.
Which one?
Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt. Okay, what other Eldritch Invocation do you want?
I mean, obviously, Repelling Blast.
Got it.
Otherwise known as a no-save push.
And are you good with Armor of Agathis and Arms of Hadar, or do you want to swap on them out?
Go ahead and swap Arms of Hadar
4.
Swap in Hex, probably.
Okay.
Again.
These things have stayed interesting.
The waiting's getting
Have to keep going.
And again. Swing and swing and.
I should speak up.
One other person we want to talk to in town before we head out to get our last
Don't be grumpy, Roland.
permanent party member.
We'll get to the city
Or
soon.
active party member.
I am not.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Oh, wow. One hand crossbow, +1 flail. What we want is this hunting shortbow. It's a +1 shortbow that also lets you cast Hunter's Mark. And gets advantage against monstrosities.
It's pretty nice.
It is, in fact, pretty nice. And will make a fine weapon for our main character. Actually, there's one other item we want to get while we're here.
Oh, is it the hat?
It is the hat.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, we will be coming back to do the rest of stuff in the Druid Grove. We just want to get our 4 or our 3 standard party members we're going to be using all together.
Please, let us through.
Yeah, this whole area
Let
sort of
my
serves as
daughter
your
go
major hub
right now.
for the first act.
She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
His bear.
Calm, Magrin. Give him a chance. You, get back! Keep back! Force my hand and I'll show you its claws.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh. I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become. Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down. Moon reminds me of your grace, all the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend.
Wait, that's it!
Apparently if you're a bard, you don't have to make any checks at all to get through this little encounter. Which I guess makes sense.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down. Moon reminds me of your grace, all the love I can't repay. Rest
Thank you. I was having trouble finding the words. Lihala, my teacher and friend. Sorry. Damn it. I don't usually. I'm all right. I haven't finished a song since Lihala died. I haven't played at all, if I'm honest. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it. She'd yell at me for that meter and make me play it over and over again. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Finish the Weeping Dawn. For her. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this. Thanks. Lihala made me love music. The sound, the feel, the thrill. But when she died, it was gone. Until now, I'd forgotten what it was like. That itch in my fingers to perfect a song. The Weeping Dawn will be my gift to her. Thank you. I needed this.
Too sweet. Odiously sweet. The vomitous gall within despairs at your kindness.
My dark urging does not like me being nice.
Right tool will do the trick.
So there is a thing I've noticed about the animations in the game so far. It kind of touches on what you were saying earlier about everybody else having dialogue, but the main character not having any.
Yeah.
It looks like there was either a good bit of motion capture, or at the very least, a bit of like motion reference for most of the scenes where people are moving around.
Yeah.
And so it looks more natural and more natural to the conversations people are having when they talk. Whereas our main character, who never says anything, just kind of goes through animatronic-style pre-programmed emotions.
When they're like an FF14 Warrior of Light.
It's not egregious. We're not at like Solasta Crown of the Magister levels, but it is something I did notice after you said that, and I was like, oh, this kind of interesting.
So the thing we got from that chest that was just past her is this hat that whenever I use a bardic inspiration, it also heals someone for d6 hit points.
Oh, nice.
Just nice extra passive healing from being a bard.
A couple turns should do it.
Giving them hell. She's not our kid for nothing.
Oh, pop that chest, got one dead.
I'm pretty sure that was what it was in our run too. Like, even if they have random loot, I'm pretty sure it's designed to be trash.
Is that something weird about that ox? We can't talk to animals, so that'll have to wait for later.
Although I would be interested if they snuck in their usual Larian Games joke there.
What was that?
You were coming in incredibly quiet and broken up.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. I was saying, before you leave the grove, you should go check in on Timber the squirrel.
I did get spoiled on this from when you guys were playing your multiplayer game.
Yep.
boss has gotten close enough to be in this fight.
Onward then.
Attacking was the best defense.
Nothing will stand in my way.
People don't like music. Man doesn't like my flesh.
I like that he jumped and is coming back. What a dick.
Can't give up. Moving. Take your...
Hungry for the slaughter. Mutilate them.
Disappointed in all of you.
Making my move.
Got to focus.
Oh, I don't have an action?
No, because you stood up this
Oh, because
round.
I was knocked down. That's right.
Yep.
You're injured.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Nope, nope, I want you.
Piece of shit.
This game knows. I swear to God, the AI is like the most vicious AI towards player dead.
Battle favors the fearless.
Can't afford to let up.
Stop hitting me.
Hold on. Seems like a good moment to talk.
You have good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. Too bad. I earned it, fair and square. That bloody Irenes. Devils just can't stand to lose. Here. Now go back to the pit that made you. Why, thank you, dread slayer of bugbears. You shall live forever in my memory. Now
Yes,
take
you are
my
breaking the
regards back to
adventurer
that
higher
pouty
level.
Irenes and leave me alone. Then our interests barely intersect. I'm sure there are other bugbears to kill. Best of luck finding them.
I got a soul coin. These coins power infernal engines.
Should mind my step. I should speak up.
This squirrel might be the single most adorable creature you can recall in all your stunted memory. It would be ever so twee if it were climbing a tree.
God.
Shit! Do you always take on such terrifying foes?
You stare at the body before you. You have no idea what
Okay,
just happened.
I know I was just saying something about the animation. The what is good.
Swirling
It's worth noting that even if you aren't Dark Road, you do have the option to kick that squirrel to death.
Stew.
I indulged my appetites and got inspired.
All I know is supposedly it sasses off to you if you can speak it with animals.
It does sass off.
More goblins.
I can confirm.
What's next?
You know what I really miss about Baldur's
Hey.
Gate? Food.
Time to get
Freshest
going.
fish I've ever had.
These tracks. Goblins?
I can't stop the bleeding, Bray.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
He's hurt badly. An owlbear got him deep. If
Ow.
there's anything you
Well.
can do.
I'm watching you.
Bless you.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head. Useless. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna. New recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He is a true soul. Mind him. He will. He.
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
What? Are you testing us?
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice. Your words are her command. She grants you the power to enforce her will. And when the time comes, the true souls, you, will rule.
Oh, I like these two. All zeal and no brains.
They can hear you, Starion.
I'm sorry, true soul. I only repeated what I thought I knew. It seems the Absolute still has a great deal to teach me.
What? And just leave Ed? I suppose he'd want us to go on. Find a way to honor his sacrifice.
May the Absolute guide us.
Yep, may the Absolute guide you to your death.
So,
So I am going to say that the moment that guy died, my headset gave no battery
within the
notifications.
corpse. It calls to you. Most corpses feel like toys before you, to be played with and discarded when you tire. This body seems different. A friend calls out from the corpse, desperate to be freed. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you. Your muscles loosen. The tadpole breaks free of its deceased host. Your mind is your own again. For now.
Take all that junk.
Neat.
Yes.
You can actually get the other half of that
You can
spear.
use salami as a weapon.
I wish.
You can.
Always room for more.
It is very weak melee weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I can.
D4 damage.
Salami percent run.
What's hiding here?
Berries.
Oh, the raspberry.
Only one who would dare give him the raspberry. That bush. That bush gave me the raspberry. Oh, doggo.
Scratch.
You see a name etched into the leather. Scratch.
That's not what that spells. That says eat at Joe's.
With a deep, heartbroken whine, the dog bows his head. He whines, but remains rooted by the corpse's side.
Alright, fine. Alistair, carry the corpse with us. It's the only way to get the dog.
Do you have someone waiting for you in Baldur's Gate, Astarion? A sweetheart, perhaps?
Not one in particular. The city is a veritable feast of sweethearts.
You must be eager to get back, then. Slimmer pickings out in this wilderness.
You guys just gonna hang out over there? You don't want to jump across?
Apparently they lack the ability to jump a second time. They needed a short rest, clearly.
The pride of the gate. All's well that ends. Well, not as bad as it could have. Don't waste a step. But that will fit in my pack. A key. Wonder what it opens. Seems like a good moment to talk.
One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Calm down, Will.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you. Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
You don't know what you're saying.
That didn't look like sheer dread. That looked like he smelled a nasty fart.
Listen to sense now. Don't want this to end badly.
Everyone
for
is
either
perfectly
of us.
okay, including Will himself.
You know
with
monsters,
you telling
right?
him to
Better
calm
than
his
anyone.
fucking roll.
Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlach, but you already knew that. And you are... Well met, soldier.
A goblin?
Nice
I'm a goblin.
friendly around here. It's been tough going so far.
I have in fact two
I may
goblins
not
standing
be a
on each other's
devil, but I
shoulders.
can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel
Well,
about helping me
two.
kill some evil bastards?
That's just a very oversized
Little
goblin.
background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. It turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going. Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Then we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
I like her.
She looks like she could throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety, should the need arise.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off. Hang on, though. Looks like you've got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly. I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats.
What's that supposed to mean?
The truth will out before you know it. One night soon when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Now that we have the whole actual party we're going to be using, go back and do some stuff with Skip Fast.
I mean, we'll have to do camp first.
We will, in fact. Go to camp.
I'm so glad I found... Wait, it's me! It's Althera, from the Grove.
Why are you standing in a tent?
I'm sorry for barging in like this, but I had to come find you. You've...
You're a witch!
Well,
Burn a witch!
Inspired me. I want to stand on my own 2 feet. To prove that I can be half the bard Lihala was. I want to join you. To fight by your side. I want to help people. As you've helped me.
You want to kill a bugbear?
I've been running since
And then get
Elturel.
bitched at for killing a bugbear?
And when we finally arrived at the Grove, we found danger there too. Unless I hide away from the world, I can't avoid it. So I'd rather face it head on. With you. Really? Just like that?
You see everyone else who's joined me after a short conversation?
Thank you so much. I won't let you down.
Karlach didn't want to actually say that line.
I love that they showed the picture there for Astarion, who we're replacing with Karlach.
I thought we were going to see some real sparks fly between Will and Karlach. It's almost a pity things ended so amicably. Seeing those two duke it out would be fun. Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special. I guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here while you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
What can I do you for? Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail. Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? It'll come back to you. Maybe you'll recognize something we passed, or maybe we'll find out what happened to you. I get the feeling we've got a long road ahead of us. I hope we find you some answers along the way. Yeah? Aces. Hey, soldier. Well, look. You've said it, right out loud. That takes guts. The guts you'll need to change. Or at
Yes,
least make
change
sure
your
you're
guts.
channeled in the right direction. I've got enough enemies who could do with a good bloodletting, you know? Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about? I don't think so. At least, I still remember everything. In more detail than I wish. But, as for what's going on in your mind, and maybe in mine, I'm certain there are answers out there. We'll find them together. Yeah, let's go straight there. Whatever those fucks are getting up to, it's nothing good. Just to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil playing dress-up as paladins of Tyr. No honor among devils.
Karlach and Will seem to have put their differences aside. I thought it was going to come to blows for a moment. I understand why you ask, but memory loss is not as uncommon as you'd think. There may be other causes.
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
Interesting. You're hardly alone. Bloodletting is quite popular of late. Though your twinge of conscience sets you apart from the brigands, monsters, and kill-happy fiends of the world. Whatever you think may be
You did seem to
compelling
kick the
you,
shit out of that squirrel, right?
you may have
were there?
greater ability to resist it than you realize. Everyone has unseemly thoughts. Being able to quieten them is what sets us apart from the beasts.
Like that squirrel you kicked.
We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little? Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith Kresh will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind.
I suppose we'd go our separate ways.
Not a slight on your company, of course.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible. Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation. I must admit, you've been a surprise. And not an unpleasant one. Kindred spirits are few and far between for me. Besides, you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. How can I do anything but sing your praises?
Please don't sing.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling. My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. Proud. No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The Frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded. And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a worm wriggling in my skull didn't instill much confidence in the days ahead. With you as my ally, the future looks a little less daunting. Anger. I understand. We've been preyed on by Illithids, suffered insertion of a mind-bending worm. Bloodthirst is another matter. But perhaps not too big of one, if it's a devil or demon's flesh you're wanting to tear. Seems unusual to me. Then again, we're talking about tadpoles inserted into our brains by rubber-skinned tentacle monsters. There's nothing usual about it. All the more reason to stick close.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days. By all means. Anything more we should discuss? I've come to know a fair few village clerics, but none with the skill to pull these worms from our heads. From what I understand, there's a healer called Nettie in the Grove. Perhaps she's got the talent. We should pay her a visit.
Go camp for the night where I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Nothing whatsoever.
You open your eyes with a lurch, and you are not in your bed. You stand above a body which is in a state of gore nearly beyond recognition. The body of that brave girl who earnestly swore to devote her life to your cause. Her blood covers you, and its warmth feels like the embrace of an old friend. You recall nothing of how you ended up here, but your head pounds and aches.
Shadowheart, you want to get up and cast guidance on me real quick?
Yeah, she's just doing it in her sleep. Bam.
Yeah, you got this.
There are dozens and dozens of wounds on the corpse. The killer did not stop savaging it, even when she was long gone.
Hold her guts
and your
out.
dominant arm aches. It aches from stabbing over and over. No matter how it appears, the body is there, and her blood is on your hands. The question flows through your mind. Who are you, really, that you could be guilty of such bitter business? Something wicked must have woken you. The contemptible pervert within must have lavished slash after slash upon the girl. But where, oh where could that monster have come from? If only you knew yourself better. You don't have much time for reflection now. You need to act. You may only have a few moments before the others awaken and begin to cast blame for the hot sin before you. Your misdeed is bright and clear as the dawning day.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Another waif dead before her time. I wonder how it happened.
Yeah, me too.
Woke us up. Did you see what happened here?
Now, I can't help but notice that one of us is positively drenched in blood. So?
She was brutalized. The killer knifed her many times after she was dead. Was it you? The blood speaks for itself.
No one likes this.
Why?
No, Asterion likes that.
Yeah, Asterion approves.
The parasite must be affecting you deeply.
The worm in your head has never slept more peacefully. You know in your heart it was something deeper.
You know, it's great that you have that smile for that right there. It's like, yeah, no, it's not the parasite.
The facial animations do a good job of like when you're considering and contemplating
Even if
the
it
dark.
was the worm, this was peculiar indeed. I'll be watching.
Please do. Smack me out of that sleep.
Lingers in the air.
Stop me from
As
murdering
the
more people,
Inquisition
please.
departs, you are left alone with a familiar headache. Every one of your instincts screams against the saccharine thought. You feel close to fainting again.
Scratch, how'd you get up there?
Bork, bork.
Like that.
Yeah.
Good doggo boy. Good doggo boy.
And you left a meal for Scratch. How nice of you.
Go eat those organs. Delicious.
Clean up the camp for us.
Alfira wouldn't have harmed a housefly. A gentle young soul slain in her prime. Whoever the culprit, let it be known.
I already told
I
you
will
it
not
was me.
stand for more innocent blood being shed in our camp.
I told you it's me and I wasn't cool with it.
Hey, soldier.
Open up.
Might as well take these loots though.
I thought this camp was supposed to be our safe haven. Not quite so when we wake up to dead tiefling bards. I may have difficulty sleeping for a while.
It's okay. You're not a tiefling bard. Wait. My character in our group camping is a tiefling bard.
So, you're not in full control of your faculties? If you think it might happen again, warn me. I would hate to have to kill you.
Fine. What's on your mind? I must admit...
Besides,
you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think? Easier's often less interesting. Besides, we've plenty of reason to rely on each other already. You can't confide in just anyone about a monster in your head.
I literally just confided about you about violent urges.
Sweet of you, but don't worry. I'm sure you'll get to know me just fine by traveling
Please
together.
try and stop me if I try
No
and
need
murder
for
another person in
interrogations
camp.
just yet. Thank you. I'm sure we'll get along perfectly well.
Oh, like it's a level. Level 2, so it's something special. Just picks up danger sense and gets reckless attack.
Next level.
And
Fun level.
This one actually matters. So Hunter.
Yes.
Alright, it's here. Right. We have a choice. We can do Wild Heart, which does get Speak with Animals, so I know you're interested in.
Yep.
We can do Berserker, we can do Wild Magic, but I assume you're going to want to do Wild Heart.
Yep.
Okay, which of the 5 bestial hearts do you want to choose? We can change it every time you level up. These all basically modify Rage in some way. So Bear Heart makes it so rather than being resistant to just physical damage, you're resistant to all damage types except Psychic. And you get access to a action that heals you that you can use while you're raging.
Ooh.
Like, there's a slight drawback in this, and that it does mean you're not attacking that turn typically.
Yeah.
So if you don't attack or get attacked, you lose rage. So you want to make sure you're in the thick of it if you're actually using that one. Eagle Heart, which gives you disadvantage on opportunity attacks and lets you dash as a bonus action. And Driving Strike, which is a leaping attack that also makes it so you don't take falling damage, but you have to be above your target to actually do it. Because it can jump off of shit.
Okay.
Knock enemies prone, don't take fall damage. I think you also do extra damage depending on how far you fall.
Yeah.
Elk Heart, which just gives you a flat out 4.5, basically gives you a 50% increase to movement speed. 4.5 active meters. And Primal Stampede, which is a dash that also knocks things prone. Tiger Heart, that gives you Tiger Bloodlust, lets you increases your jump distance so you jump further. And Tiger Bloodheart is a multi-attack that also makes enemies bleed.
Oh, I'm liking the sound of that.
I know that Tiger Bloodheart does actually have later on class abilities that synergize really well with the whole Tiger thing. Bear has a couple that synergize well. Tiger has a couple that synergize well. If I remember correctly, Tiger eventually gets stuff that also poisons, and then they're if targets are bleeding, you get bonuses against them or poison. And then Wolfheart, which is the one that boosts allies. Your allies have advantage on melee attacks against enemies that you are effectively adjacent to within 2 meters.
I mean, no one else is really melee, so that's not going to be that.
Shadowheart is, but she's not a...
Yeah.
She is not a fighter or another barbarian or a melee ranger or anything like that.
Yep.
And Inciting Howl, which lets people move at extra range, but is again also an action. So
I'm gonna say Tiger Heart.
Okay, we'll do Tiger Heart. Do you want any of these piercings? There's the actual tiger piercings.
We'll go with the tiger piercings.
Okay.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
We also got level 3. Features. We get level 2 spell. Heat metal for funsies?
Pretty good.
Shatter's also really good.
Yes, that's the one I grabbed.
I think we'll grab Shatter for now just to have an AoE attack. Sleight of hand. Already have proficiency in intimidation.
Basically adds weapon damage and AC as options to their Bardic Inspiration.
Bardic Inspiration, yeah.
Keep in mind, each of these actions uses a charge of your... for the College of Swords. Each one of those uses a charge of...
It's Bardic Inspiration on the thing.
Yep. Yeah, I had thought they were just maneuvers when I grabbed that. But no.
Extra weapon damage, attack 2 enemies. Attack defense while increasing AC if you hit. Oh, melee and ranged.
Yeah, we get melee and ranged of each one.
Yeah. Push back 6 meters and teleport. That's a pseudo Battle Master, but uses Bardic Inspiration instead. I think we're actually do College of Valor just because I like the ability to add this to attack rolls or to armor class and such.
Yep. If I had seen that College of Swords used bardic inspirations for those things, I actually would have gone that one for our group run through.
I think we're fine other spell-wise.
Can't slow down. That might be worth a look.
Dig this dirt. Calls to your dad, skull feather.
That might be worth a look.
Now, or someone else will pick that wreck clean, and you're both twice as tall as me, but have half the bloody backbone.
But we don't know what that thing even is. And what about the crypt?
I'm telling you, it's a ship. And the crypt can wait. Mari and Barton have been trying to break in for days. Now we... Stop! Got ourselves competition already. That's our ship. Well, in that case, come on you lot. No point in getting killed. Second worm gets the cheese and all.
Second mouse gets the cheese, no?
Nobody's getting any damn cheese! Now move it!
Cheese for nobody.
I don't understand your
You're more
analogy.
cunning than you look. I thought we had a fight on our hands.
Something good here. I hope. Better not be cursed.
Why do you give a look? Everything all right out there?
Not a one.
It was close. Blackjack.
You sound a bit shaken, boss. Hang on while I find the key.
Who the hell's... You're dead!
I'm ready.
Oh.
Victor's path.
And
There's
the
no
rest of
time to waste.
Woohoo!
We do not need your wounds anymore. We do not really need bless anymore. Weapon's not terrible, and is there any particular spells you want, Krampus?
Not as familiar with the cleric stuff in 5th ed. realistically, we're okay on healing right now.
Yeah, like we pretty much only really need Healing Word as the bonus action heal. Because it's also ranged on that Cure Wounds, which is adjacent.
Right.
Prayer of Healing can be decent, because it heals everyone, but you can't use it in combat.
Yeah.
And we have Short Rest to heal out of combat anyways.
Yeah. I recall there's one that's just a bonus to, like, AC.
There is Shield of Faith, which we already have.
We already have it.
Plus
Okay.
2 AC. There's also Warding Bond, which you can cast on someone, which does make them take half damage and get plus 1 AC in saves, but then she also takes half the damage. Which isn't a terrible option.
Let's go ahead and do Warding Bond then.
Okay.
Looking ahead.
Defender of the people.
Okay. What second level spell do you want, Baldur?
Scorching Ray.
Right. And which boon do you want to do?
Back with the chain.
Chain. And do we care about swapping spells yet, or everything's still good? I presume everything's still good.
Go ahead and swap Witch Bolt for Scorching Ray, actually.
Well, this is...
Or you're right, this would be swapping out for...
Yeah, this would be swapping out for an entirely
good.
different spell, yeah.
That's right. No prepares on Warlocks.
Yep.
They just have.
Yeah, you just have the spells you have. You can swap out which ones you have available, but...
Right, so now find Familiar.
Yep. What sort of familiar do you want? You have Quasit, Spider, Raven, Rat, Frog, Crab, Cat, or Imp.
Go with the Imp Familiar.
Alright, we're gonna have an Imp. No reason not to just have it hang around invisible.
Moving in. What's in here? No more prayers. Only dust and silence.
Ancient, indecipherable text covers the plaque.
A dead tongue. Whoever worshipped here must be long gone. Maybe I need more pockets.
Well met.
My faith will guide me.
Still breathing, despite everything.
There's a lever.
Oh, right, this one's lever.
How'd you get past Andor? Back off!
Time to push my luck again. Think you can take me on?
On the victor's path.
Hey.
Ready. Got to press on.
No time for mercy. Can't give up
Not
now.
sure what her plan was running around back
Time
and
to
forth
press
with the
ahead.
portal.
Might be useful. Let's have a look.
There is work to do.
Is that blood? No. Never mind.
Sharp as ever.
Don't be shy.
Oh, can't open doors.
You've got tiny little imp hands.
No time to waste.
That man is dead.
What should I do? On I go.
Blood comes easy these days. Breathe deep and move.
Tactical.
Hi.
Hello, can I interest you in a great axe?
Ignite.
You suck.
Another fight. Let's go.
Need to stay focused. Onward.
No holding back. Making my move.
Survival is all that matters. May the gods take you first.
Imperativo.
Covered.
Scream.
Oh, now he's really mad.
He's in fact really mad now.
No time to waste.
Ready.
I wonder if this is worth the cost. Shouldn't have made me your enemy.
Think.
Time to press ahead.
Now this is my happy place.
Double ones?
Wow.
Need to act fast.
Still on my feet.
Smell blood.
Alright, barbarian.
What's hiding here? These boots have seen everything. What's inside? What's that?
Hold it up.
Why do we even have that lever?
Still alive. So that's progress. Moving ahead.
Evil.
Old undisturbed crypt. Nice.
What's in here?
Junk.
What are you gonna do with all that junk? All the junk that was in that trunk?
Junk up in my trunk. Immune to fire damage. That's good to know.
Yeah, that's especially good for a particular cavern.
No time to rest.
Oh, and this room.
Oh, I can't interact with stuff. I
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I cannot
Can't
use
open it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it can still push the button.
No, won't let me.
Well.
That's unfortunate because that means it can't do what I would have had it using that one cavern. To let you know, you can just hold down and drag. You do not need to actually select through.
Okay. You at least have resistance to fire damage.
This'll be fun.
Let's move.
Do we have a trap disarm kit? We do.
One day I'll catch a break.
Let's do that. That's easy.
Yep.
So that's an engraved key and Watcher's Guide. This room is full of traps that are effectively gas traps or grease traps. All the ones that you're finding that we're seeing on the floor.
Yep.
And then if you open this chest or open this sarcophagus without disarming it,
Anything of use?
These
pillars,
heads, like gargoyle heads,
Place is trapped.
will fire fireballs to the room, which will cause all the grease to explode, basically blowing up everything.
Best avoid that trap.
You know, good stuff.
But this got us a useful item. This spear, which is a spear, but will also give you True Strike on your next attack if you happen to miss. And we're going to give that to Shadowheart.
What's next?
Because Shadowheart doesn't have the best attack. So getting a free True Strike every time she misses is good.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Oh, well, you're just short of hitting the encumbrance mark.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this giant pile of weapons onto Karlach to hold on to.
Fair.
Except for Deriva.
As a armor actually tends to weigh more.
Wish there was like a multi-select option.
Yep.
I mean, if you can just.
Yeah, you could open up the party inventory thing. The thing right above the portraits. And it'll open up all inventories you can just drag.
Ah, yeah. That should be good enough.
Breathe deep and move. Seems simple enough.
That's the key for this door now.
Armed scribes, but no sign of a...
Yeah.
No, not talk.
No traps, please.
A heavy key.
Yep.
Something good here.
Heavy cam pressure is the key to the door out of here.
Yep.
Scribe of the dead. Must be one ancient chapel.
That might be worth a look.
What a charmer. Marching.
Let's get on with it. Let's try this way.
Blade at the ready. Best foot forward.
It's almost like I know what's going to happen here.
Such a headache.
Rise from your grave.
Skeleton man, skeleton man, skeleton man.
You haven't acted yet, so we're just gonna walk away.
Battle favors the fearless. 2 steps at a time.
No choice but to keep going. Don't waste a step.
Let's go. Aye, aye.
Oh no, silence.
Just about to say, silence, I'm just gonna hit you with a spear again.
Focus, strike true.
Oh look, that silence went away.
Yep.
On my way.
Oh look, another silence.
Come on. Can't stay idle. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Fight forever, pal. Close ranks.
Got to move.
My aim's doing work.
Finding my way.
I mean, there's a reason I went with it. If you do Pact of the Chain, you pretty much inherently take either the Imp or Quasit, because they are way better than the regular familiars.
Never a dull moment. Let's get this over with. Swift as my feet can carry me. Open up. Something good here. A lot of it.
Now meet Withers.
another Dark Urge dialogue option.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me. Right, as always.
Alright, knock it off there,
Curious
Yonjay.
way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's...
I mean, Withers at least has the excuse of actually being ancient.
That's fair.
I am not the same as those thou hast slain, if that is what thou askest. Wilt thou answer my question? So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
Yeah, that one at the very top, I'm pretty sure, is
Mortals live to die, to be slaughtered.
Option.
Or, as blood calls to me to hell mothers.
Yeah, a couple Dark Urge options here.
A life and how it is lived. A different equation. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
Let's move with haste.
And we are done in the dank crypt. Right. That is actually up here. A decent place to call it for this session.
Yeah, pop into the room, sell the crap between sessions.
Yeah, I'll take care of that kind of stuff in between. There shouldn't be any random encounter type things in that case. But so that's our first session. Next session we'll not quite gonna deal with the grove stuff yet. There's still some more side stuff we can do out here. We need to go confront the devils, or confront the paladins who are hunting after Karlosh. And there's a little town over here we can deal with some other stuff first. But that'll be next session. Join us on Thursday as we continue through Quest for Glory. Join us on Sunday for more Super Robot Sundays as we start into the IBO section of SD Gundam G Generation Cross Rays. Back here again on Monday for more Pokemon Mondays as we continue our Pokemon Scarlet surprise trade run. And of course, here in a week again for more Baldur's Gate 3. I've been Shiv.
I've been the Krampus.
And I've been Hunter Green.
Thanks for coming along, everyone.